A pain is an injury. You understand that? Yeah. You got to find your way to work through stuff. If it's an injury, we'll figure it out, right? But just because you're, what are you going to do in the middle of a fight? Nothing. Or you're going to quit? No. Okay. Tactics, right? The more skill you have, the more tactical expansion you have, the more tactical capabilities you have, right? If you're just a dumb, you know, it's hard to apply a whole lot of tactics when this is all you do, right? Defense creates opportunities. Opportunities create opportunities for you to use and develop tactics in a fight. If your elbows are inside, mine are on the out, my hands are on the outside. Okay. Right? So I'm either coming here or I'm coming like this. So you can't just stand there and throw, right? No. Right? Okay. Well, change your level on the inside. You're letting them too close to you. Oh. Give yourself a little bit of distance. Make them reach so you have a little bit of time, right? Unless you got something set up. The best way to have opportunity, right, is through defense. The better your defense, the more opportunities you have offensively and defensively. You can't do the same thing over and over again if it's not working, right? You're a smart guy. Come on. You miss, so we all miss, right? You miss, you step off to the side, right? But you can't just go and come back and go and come back. You have this habit of doing this. I'd rather you go out the side, I'd rather you go, but you kind of have this habit of, you spread your feet apart, you throw a big shot, and you pull right back out. It's no, right? What options do you have? That's an option. I don't know, is that a good option? It's okay. I mean, it's not good, right? But since you're left-handed, you have another option that people don't, right? You can be in there and what about right there, right? Look, it's just this. Shoot, boom. Sometimes during a fight, you're going to be in pain, right? And you can't stop and worry about that. You got to figure out a way through it. And sometimes you're injured, and then we have to deal with that. When we get back to the corner, we have to figure out what kind of injury it is. A pain is an injury. You understand that? Yeah. You got to find your way to work through stuff. If it's an injury, we'll figure it out, right? But just because you're, what are you going to do in the middle of a fight? Nothing. Or you're going to quit? Okay. But for a lot of times, you just have pain. You got to figure out a way to fight through it. You got to be able to identify those two things. And no matter what, you can't just stop. You can't just stop. And has gotten some good shots going, man. Some guys are too selective. They can't let the trigger go. They can't let their hands go. We got to work with that. We got to break them down, make them throw more punches. Look what happens. Look what happens. Right? You got to stop waiting. You got to stop letting him dictate the terms of your agreement. Freddie throws the one, right? What are my options? I can bail, boom, right? I can, as he's throwing it, I can bail out. What's another counter I can do? I can four, boom, right? Boom, bam. Experimenting with techniques. They're not going to get it right out of the box. You try it, you fail, you try it, you fail. Experimentation, that's part of training, it's part of practice. So this is just touch tag. It teaches situational awareness. It teaches distance. It teaches balance, footwork, how to move, and how to hit and not be hit. It's just a game that keeps the attention going, keeps the attention span going, makes them use their your reflexes, and it's good for a variety of things in boxing. 3-2, 3-3, 4-3. Oh. it's always good to do something fun at the end of practice, something that anchors the skills that we were working with, something the kids enjoy, but also something that's competitive. You got to have a competitive component piece to every single practice all the time. Nestor, remember, you waited too long, right? You waited too long. No. We're in a competitive sport, so competition matters, doing something that's fun matters, and something that anchors the skill of the day that matters.